Going to try and make a mail merge. We're going to try and make a party invitation for a group. We're going to create a very simple letter, and we're going to send it to a number of people which have different names and addresses and membership numbers. And we're going to mail merge a data file to a Word file. The first thing we're going to do is use some standard text which has been put in invitation text file. We're going to open this in Notepad, as you'll see here. I'm going to highlight the text of this file to save you writing it out, copy, and then I'm going to go across to Word and I'll open a new document, and I'll paste into there. I've done Control V and I pasted the text in there. I'm going to set this text to a large font, and I think I'll make it a friendly font. Comic Sans is one I quite like. That's the basic message of this letter that's going to go out. I'd like to insert a logo, so you can go to Insert, Picture, and then again we're going to have to just find the file, the image file, and this image file may be in your home drive by now, but on my machine I have to go searching for it. It's going to be in Computer Science and GCSE projects, and in the Project 18 folder, and I've got that image and I've gone and popped it there. Quite like it to, if I right click on the image, you'll see wrap text, and I'm suggesting to have it tight, which allows me to move it to the right. I think I'll have it up by there, and now we've got basic letter. Going back to the project sheet, what we're going to do now is connect this file to an Excel sheet or an Excel file, and this is what does the mail merge. So if I go back to Word again, you'll see mailings, and go to select recipients, and we can use an existing list, an existing file of data. I'm going to have to again find this folder. On your machine it's probably easier to find than on mine. Class Computer Science GCSE projects. And I'm going back to the Project 18 folder, and in there I've got Project 18 address lists. I'm going to open that. It's picked up the fact that this is a spreadsheet which has got lots of addresses in it, and the first row contains what I want. It's now connected the data to this sheet, which is going to allow me to insert some of the data. I don't want to print it yet. Mistake. If you want to know what the data file looks like, I've opened it and prepared it here. The Excel sheet has just got a list of names, first name, addresses, membership numbers, and that's what we've now connected. I won't save it. We've connected this to our Word document. So now all I need to do is insert some of that information. So if we go back to mailings, you can see we've got some merge fields. If you click on the word field there, you'll see the fields that were in that Excel sheet. Let's just pop them in here. Name, I'll put enter. Insert merge field first name, interesting spelling of first name, and then I'll put in address, enter, and then I'm going to put in membership number. Now what's really interesting now is you'll see preview results. Now the names of the fields are there, but if I click on preview results, it toggles and it puts the actual data that's contained in there. And then if you notice up here, you'll see we've got lots of records here, and it'll actually keep the same text file, but if I go to 2, you've got the second person in the list, third person in the list, fourth person in the list. So let's go back to just having the names of the fields, and we just need to put them in the right places. At the top I want name, first name, I think I'll highlight that and I'll move that down to there. That's where I'd like the first name. Looking forward to seeing you at the party. Don't forget to tell the doorman your secret membership number, which is not that number, but actually that number. So now if I preview results, it looks much more interesting, and that's an ideal letter to send. And what we could do is take a little screen dump of that, and just to show that we've achieved what we wanted to achieve, just make it a bit smaller so we can see that. There you go. You can see the whole letter. Shift print screen. We go back to file, and I think I'll have a new document just for the screen dump. Whenever you're doing screen dumps, I would advise you to insert a table, select 2 rows, and then you can pop your screen dump right in there, and you can edit it later, but you can just get the edge of this. Pull that across, and we can probably cut that to size and put the comment in here and just say this is a screen dump of my mail merge letter, and I'm just going to double click on that. I'm going to crop it. I think I only want, if I try it again, crop, please, that's better, and then that's what I want, and that's really what I want, and that's looking a lot smaller now, and now I've got something that looks like what I want here. Now the second step might be that we want to add some more information into our mail merge. So I go back to the project sheet, you'll find that it asks you to, having done the mail merge, add a new person to the mail merge. Well, what we need to do is, first of all, save this document. I'm going to have to give it a name. I'll call it mail merged letter, and I'm just going to save that in the right place. And close it, because we're going to need to open the Excel sheet again, and the Excel sheet, we're going to add an additional person in here. So if I add in here Clark Kent, underway. Now if I save this data file, when we do the mail merge next time, we'll have an additional person, Clark Kent. So if I go back to the mail merge letter, it'll try and connect to the data. There's the data. If we go to mailings, you'll find that I can go right the way through this, and you should see Clark Kent as the last one we added. So we can add more data. I'll just close that again. The other thing we might want to do is add a new field to the data that we've got. So say I wanted postcode added, I'd go back to the Excel sheet and I'd introduce a new field, postcode, and here are the postcodes, CE5 44L. Let's pretend they're all very, very similar. And I'll just alter 1 or 2 just so you know that they are a bit different. So I've got loads of postcodes there now. I save that file, close the Excel sheet. Now If I go back to the mail merge letter, again it's connected to the data, but now if I look at mailings and I look at the merged fields, you'll see postcode has now picked it up as an additional field, and I can insert that and think about where you want that. Well, I want that underneath the address, so I'll slot that underneath the address, and that'll look great. Push that up there, and now I've got, if I can toggle the results, I've got Clark Kent and his postcode. I can do print screen of that, and pop that in there, and put a comment. I have now added an additional field, postcode. This is displayed in the final letter.